This study came about because I had a case or patient that I wanted to put in a nice size artificial disc, but the smallest one was really too big in my opinion. So I was wondering what would happen in those cases. So I took one of my residents to Colorado and did this biomechanical study with the help of two of the engineers from Zimmer Biomet. So what we did was we took 8 cervical specimens, and first 3 interventions were all same. First, intact specimen. Second was placing Mobi C at C5-6, so single level total disc replacement. Third intervention was putting Mobi C at C4-5 and C5-6. Now the final intervention was different in that 8 specimens were split into 2 groups of 4. Group A had Mobi C with overstuffing by 1 millimeter at C5-6, and the other group B was at C4-5, again overstuffing by 1 millimeter. So we tested the specimens in 3 cycles of pure moment in flexion extension, loading up to 2 Newton meter using 6 degree of freedom spinal simulator. And motion was tracked at each segmental level. And we measured range of motion, C2 to T1, index levels, C4-5, C5-6, and adjacent levels, C3-4 and C6-7. So when we looked at intact versus Mobi C single and 2 level, what we found, I'm just going to go quickly through this, no significant difference total range of motion between intact, 1 level and 2 levels. Same thing at adjacent level, C3-4, this is super adjacent, and then C4-5 index level. One actually, at C4-5, the cadaver specimen was so small, we actually had to remove the overstuffed, and so that specimen actually was excluded from this study because that was actually overstuffed. We couldn't find the small enough artificial disc for that one. No significant difference in C5-6 range of motion. So C6-7 infra-adjacent, no range of motion difference between intact and single and 2 level Mobi C. So that's kind of what I kind of expected and was happy to see that because it showed that single level artificial disc and 2 level artificial disc at C4-5 and C5-6, single level being C5-6, really no significantly different than the native state in terms of range of motion, flexion extension we're talking about, total range of motion and range of motion at index levels and adjacent levels. So that was good. So what happens when you overstuff, when you couldn't find that right size and you end up going a millimeter taller? So that was group A and B, overstuffed at C5-6 with group A, overstuffed at C4-5 group B. So we're going to go from the range of motion, total range of motion. What we found is that if you put in a overstuffed artificial disc at either C4-5 or C5-6, it decreases total range of motion by about 15%. So same thing with 2 level Mobi C versus overstuffed level at C4-5 or C5-6. How about super adjacent level, C3-4? Same thing, significant difference between the intact versus overstuffed and 2 level Mobi C versus overstuffed. And C4-5, so if you put overstuffed artificial disc at C4-5, so that's the index level, what you're doing at that level is reducing the motion by 55%, so more than 50% reduction at that level if you are using a millimeter taller artificial disc. And C5-6, also more than 50%, 53% reduction in range of motion if you overstuffed at C5-6. And significant difference at C6-7 between intact and overstuffed and 2 level Mobi C and overstuffed. So when you cannot find the right size artificial disc and you end up going a millimeter taller, you are reducing the range of motion at the index level and also at the adjacent levels. And when you look at the total range of motion, it does go down. So in conclusion, MOBI-C does biomechanically replicate the motion of the native spine in flexion and extension, so that's good part. But if you oversize by 1 millimeter, it can cause significant decrease in range of motion at the index level, so we're talking about 50% or more, and the overall cervical spine about 15%. Thank you.